Hello. After my recent video the other day showing the Kadee couplings on test, I had a couple of people ask me how they actually work. These are a pretty standard American system. They're pretty universal, much like our tension locks, but they have a couple of benefits. To get the system running, what you will need is a little height gauge to keep everything to a standard, and a pair of Kadee trip pin pliers. Now, these are used for adjusting this trip pin here. Put a nice consistent curve on it. Sometimes you'll have to adjust it up, sometimes you'll have to adjust it down. The other thing you need is the uncoupling magnet itself. There's a couple of different types you can get, different heights you can set it at. I've used the code 100 one on code 75 track. But I've cut the sleepers out, packed it a little bit so it sits just flush with the rails. Now the couplers come in two basic flavours. You've got a pocket type or an NEM type. Now the NEM type are alright, they do their job, but there's one sort of flaw with them in the UK, and it's the delayed coupling action doesn't really work very well with them. If I uncouple these wagons here, if I push it off the magnet, see they recouple again. And again. Here we go. Once they're under tension, they'll pass over a magnet, exactly like a tension lock coupling. To uncouple them, you literally stop over a magnet, push into it, and then back off. Now the issue I'm having with this is this wagon here, because I'm using old mainline types consistently, just to be fair. Now this is an NEM type coupling. The mount that the mainline couplings come on, or I think Bachmann used the system, Holme used the system, they're actually spot on height wise. If I use the height gauge, sits nicely on there. So yeah, very good. The other type is this. This is a number 5. It comes in its own little pocket. I'll just focus on that. So in there is a little spring, like a spring. Now the difference is, you see how far that coupling can move and swing down. Whereas the NEM type, it's got a very limited pivot on the end. There we go. Pretty limited pivot there. This one's got much more of a swing. So sticking with the mainline wagons, if I now roll 2 of those in that I've got a number 5 fitted, back it off, it's much more of a swing. So when they go to recouple, they don't. They sort of interlock to a point where you can push your wagon to any point you want, then back off. It will not re-engage until you go back into it. Which for me is a much better way of doing it. Nothing against the first way. A lot of people are going to use NEM couplings because it's easier, frankly. But yeah, the trouble with that is, again, because you don't get that swing, you're basically getting the same sort of effect as a Pico uncoupling ramp and tension locks. It'll work either way. So yeah, that's how I use number 5s. For certain things you're going to have trouble fitting them, like certain locomotives perhaps haven't got room to cut away the NEM pocket. You can, there's workarounds where you have to adjust the height on it and modify it and all that lot, but for me the easiest way is to fit a pocket type. Going back to the mainline tankers, you can see there, oh, you can see, yeah, where it's just mounted to the old coupling mount. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's just mounted on the old coupling mount, which is not a problem. If you want to refit a tension lock at another time, you can do that. I'll just literally use the supplied screw, drill the hole, and there it goes. The number 5, that whole coupling section, the mount is cut away, and the box is fitted on there. So that is a permanent modification. But if you want the system to work reliably, you kind of need to commit to it. You can uncouple stacks of wagons. So you can pick them up one at a time. Just move that. So pick up the first one, pick up the second one, or you can drop one off, or you can drop a pair off. It's up to you how you want to do it. Yeah, nice simple system. It's not too hard to get to grips with. You just need to set your magnet height, standardise on the coupling height, and then just commit to that. So yeah, have a go, have fun. Cheers.